I was debating whether to even film this pie. And then I remembered, once when I put it out at a stand, people kept coming back asking for another slice or two. And women kept asking for the recipe. So today, here's this vegan mixed everything pie. We start preparing these fantastic pies by taking a 250 milliliter cup, a milk cup, and filling it with 2 cups of rice. We pour it into a pot, then add water and leave it to sit for about 5 minutes, stirring a little like this to wash the rice. After 5 minutes, we strain the rice. Into the strained rice, I pour 1.5 liters of water, add a teaspoon of salt and place it on the heat to cook. Then we finally chop 1 onion. We place the onion in a pan, add 100 milliliters of water, 50 milliliters of oil and half a teaspoon of salt. We put that on the heat as well. While waiting for the onion to simmer, we peel 1 large carrot or 2 smaller ones. And you can add more if you like the taste. Once peeled, we grate the carrot on the coarse side of the grater. We take the same grater, no need to wash it, but the mushrooms must be washed. Just don't soak them in water. We grate the mushrooms into slices. We grate between 200 and 300 grams or more if you prefer. From the moment the rice boils, cook it for 7 to 8 minutes. Then turn off the heat and let it sit for another 10 minutes. While the rice cooks, we saute the onion. When the onion is halfway done, I add the carrot and mushrooms. I pour in 100 milliliters of water, add a teaspoon of vegetable seasoning and half a teaspoon of pepper. You can adjust the seasoning yourself. We saute everything together over medium heat. Near the end of cooking, I add some parsley, stir everything and turn off the heat. You should be left with a little liquid like this. Now the rice, after setting it, looks like this. And I'll pour in half a liter of water and stir everything together. And then drain the rice again. I won't wash it. I only drain it because I want some of the starch to remain. We start to separate the grains from each other so we don't end up with big compact lumps. And that's it. I'll go strain it. Once strained, the rice looks like this. There's still a bit of starch on it. If you can't drain it because it's too thick, add a little more water. Now we mix the onion, mushrooms, and carrot with the rice. We add a bit of oil, about 20-30 milliliters up to 50. And a little more salt. And now I mix everything together. The filling for the pie is done. For the coating, 150 to 200 milliliters of water, 50 to 100 milliliters of oil, and a little salt, a pinch or two. We mix everything together. We take 500 grams of phyllo dough and separate them into sets of 3 sheets. 3 sheets go into 1 roll. If the sheets are thin, if they're thick, then only 2. And these are somewhere in between. I'll see how many rolls I get. It'll be 5. I have 3 sets of 3 sheets and 2 sets of 2. We take the first sheet and brush it lightly with the coating. Place the second one on top. I'm first making a roll with 3 sheets. I spread 1/5 of the filling. Since there's plenty of it, don't hold back. Add generously. Transfer to the baking tray. Now I'll make one using 2 sheets. I'll spread a thinner layer of filling where I have only 2 sheets, so the filling doesn't break through and leak while baking. Now again with 3 sheets. We tidy up all the pies at the end. Each roll is well brushed with the water and oil mixture. I poke a hole so the liquid seeps in and the rolls don't stay dry. Then I brush them once more. Since I mostly have water left, I'll drizzle a tiny bit of oil on top of each roll. Very little. You can see how little comes out of this bottle. I leave the rolls to rest and soak up the liquid while the oven heats up. I place the rolls into a preheated 200 degrees Celsius oven to bake, to bake. The pie is done. Baking time is between 35 and 40 minutes. I let it cool a little and now I'll cut and serve it. Let me show you what it looks like. The pie is juicy, unbelievably soft, and absolutely delicious, full of filling. Look perfect.